Unit 8, The Little Bully. Do you know of any child who teases others or pushes them around? What would you call such a child? Read the story and see how Harry, a little boy, troubles other children. Once upon a time, not so very long ago, there was a small boy called Harry. Although he wasn't very big, he was strong and he loved to tease all the boys and girls who went to school with him. What he loved to do most was to pinch. He could make a big bruise appear in half a second. Another trick he played was pricking people with a pin. Now here they are saying there was a boy whose name was Harry. Okay, he was not very big, but he was strong and he loved to tease all the boys and girls in his class. He also loved to pinch the children and he would make big bruises. Marks come on their body in half a second. He also liked to pricking them with a pin. So you can guess how all the children hated him. They tried pinching him back, but that was not good because he could always pinch harder. They didn't like telling their teacher because that was telling tales. So the other children did not like him at all. They hated him because he used to hurt them, pinch them, okay, make bruises come on their body. They could also do the same thing, but they found that by doing that back to him, whatever he did to them, okay, he could pinch harder than that and hurt them more. Even telling the teacher, they never found it important. It so happened that the class went for a picnic to the seaside for a whole day. All the children were most excited. Now one day what happened? All the children were taken for a picnic at the seaside for the whole day by the school. Okay, and all of them were very happy, excited. Wow, that they are going to be going out. Okay, they are going for a lovely picnic. So they were all excited and very happy. On that day, the sun shone bright and all the children were wild with excitement. They crowded into the train and sat down. But nobody wanted to sit next to Harry because he always pinched. Now on that day, the sun was pretty nice and bright and all the children were very happy and excited to go for a picnic. Now they crowded into the train and sat down. But you can see over here, nobody wanted to sit next to Harry because he pinched, he hurt them. Okay, so nobody liked him. They all hated him because he was a bully. So nobody wanted to sit next to him. When they arrived at the seaside, out jumped all the children with a shout of joy. Down to the sands they raced hand in hand, but nobody took Harry's hand. Nobody went near him. Now when they arrived at the seaside, they all jumped out of the train and they shouted in excitement and joy. Down to the sands they raced. They ran down to the sands and they had hands in hands and they were moving, all friends together. But nobody took Harry's hand in their hand. Nobody wanted to be near him. Harry was angry. He went to a sandy corner near a rocky pool and sat down by himself. He took out his lunch and looked at it. It was a good lunch. There were 2 hard-boiled eggs, 6 jam sandwiches, 3 pieces of bread and butter, a ginger cake, and a bar of chocolate. He would eat it all by himself. He wouldn't offer anything to anyone. Now he was very sad, upset. Nobody is talking to him. Okay, nobody is talking with him. Nobody is having hand in hand and taking him and enjoying with him. Okay, so he was very sad. He was angry also. Then he went to a sandy corner near the rocky pool and he sat down over there. Then he opened his lunch and it was lovely lunch his mummy packed for him. What was in it? There were 2 boiled eggs, 6 jam sandwiches, 3 pieces of bread and butter, a ginger cake, and a lovely big bar of chocolate. And he never shared it with anybody, and he was going to eat it all alone by himself. All these things he's going to be yumming it up. Just as he was beginning on the eggs, he heard a hoarse voice near him. "Good morning. I am so pleased to meet a boy like you." Hari turned around and stared in fright. Whatever do you think he saw? So, as he opened his lunch and he was about to eat his eggs, he heard a very heavy voice behind him. And that heavy voice took his name and called him out. So Hari turned around. He was frightened. Okay, who's taken his name this way? So he turned around to look who it was. Hari saw a monster crab walking sideways out of the pool. His eyes were on the ends of short stalks and he looked most queer. He held out his front claw to Hari. Hari put out his hands to shake the crab's claw, but to his surprise and anger, the crab opened his pincers and nipped his hand so hard that the little boy yelled. So now Hari turned around to see who called him, and he saw a very big monster-looking crab coming out of the pool. He was shocked, surprised, he was frightened to see such a queer thing, weird thing, strange thing. Okay, and the crab took his claws out to shake hands with Hari. So Hari also put out his hands to shake the crab's claws, and it pinched him. Okay, and it so hard it was that his hand started paining. He started screaming in pain. "Ha! Here is my good cousin," said the crab pleasantly. And to Hari's horror, he saw a large sandy lobster crawling heavily out of the pool. Before the little boy could stop him, the lobster took his hand in his great pincer like claws and pinched it so hard that Hari yelled in pain. Now the crab is saying, this is my cousin. He's just like me. Okay. And that time only, to his horror, he saw a sandy lobster crawling out of the pool. Before the little boy could stop him, the lobster took his hand. He took his hand and again pinched it. Okay. And poor Hari again started screaming in pain. Then he stared at the pool in surprise, for out came sandy-colored shrimps and prawns, more crabs and another large lobster, and they pricked Hari till he was soon black and blue with their pinching. Okay, so now here who came? And then he stared at the pool in surprise, and then what all came out from the pool? Shrimps. Okay, then prawns came out, more crabs came out, and another large lobster came out, and they all started pricking him, pinching him, hurting him so badly that his body got marked up black and blue. "Don't you like it?" said all the creatures in surprise. "Why, we were told you would love to see us because you were a champion pincer and pricker yourself. Come, join the fun." So all these creatures asking him, don't you like all this what we are doing with you, pinching you, pricking you? Okay, because we have heard, okay, you are also like us only. You also love to do all these things. You're a champion in doing all pinching and pricking people. Come, join with us. Join, it's lovely. We are having good fun. Hari leapt to his feet, crying loudly. His lunch rolled into the pool, and when the crabs and lobsters saw it, they ran to it and began to feast eagerly. Hari saw that they had forgotten him for a time, and he turned and ran for his life. crying, tears streaming down his cheeks. So Hari took a big jump, okay, and he was crying, and that time only the lunch fell down into the pool, and all the crabs and lobsters, they saw it and they moved towards it to eat it. All the crabs, lobsters, they all ran to eat. It was a lovely feast for them. Good, nice nashta, nice lunch for them. So Hari came to know, okay, they are busy eating over there. So he's got some time for himself, and so he ran away from there as fast as he could. And he was crying, and because he was in pain, they pinched him, pricked him, okay, he was too much in pain, and so he was crying and tears were rolling down his cheeks. They only did to me what I kept doing to the other children, he thought, but how it hurt, and how I hated those crabs and lobsters. I suppose the other children hate me too. Well, I jolly well shan't pinch or prick anymore. Now this became a lesson for him. He learned a very good lesson from this. What did he learn? He learned that, okay, these crabs, lobsters, all they were pricking, pinching him. He was getting hurt. He came to know it's not fun. It's no fun for others. It may be for him, but not for others, because he's hurting them, harming them. Okay, they're getting hurt with it. Pain they are feeling. So it's not fun for them. And so he also felt the same. It wasn't any fun because he was getting pain with it. And so he thought, okay, what I was also doing with the other kids, they are also getting pain with it. So that's why they will not like me. I hate how he hates the lobsters and the crabs. The other children also must be hating him because he was also pinching them, pricking them, hurting them, harming them, and they are also getting pain. So they also must be hating him. That's Hari. And so he realized it, and he came to know from now onwards, he promised he'll never ever pinch or prick anyone else.